Okay, now, first things first, me put. Uh, so all you have to do is search on your Chrome here on top. You have to search for TraderCasa. Sorry. When you search, I think you'll just pick the free backtesting software, the first one here. Then, if you're a new user, you can sign up, which is free. Then they will give you the email and the password. Then you have to sign in here. Then now with the signing in, you have to use your credentials and then get in. So I'm using one of my students here.
Okay.
So this is the whole stuff. So the dashboard looks like this, the interface. So this is what you will see once you open the site. So the
Mm-hmm.
site has this left panel here where we have the dashboard, analytics, reports, trades, backtest, notebooks, switch to live settings, and loggers. Now, we want you now to come to the backtest area here. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let me try to expand this. I think I've pressed. Okay, you come to the backtest area here. So once you click the backtest area, for a new for a new person here, you will be asked to start a new session. So you won't be seeing all these. These are opened accounts here. So you'll have to click new session here. So the session here, the whole purpose of you creating this is to practice when now you'll be coming to the chat and taking trades. So what sessions what session have you made decision on? What session are you free now to trade? Is it Asia, New York, or London? In your case,
I'm free all of them.
no, you have to choose. You don't have, you can't be, especially when you're new to the game, you have to be consistent with one trading session.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to have made that decision because one session is enough for you to make money.
Okay.
So, what session now? Can you see yourself not making any excuse, showing up Monday to Friday to look for opportunities? That is when you now become at least familiar with the game plan.
Sure.
So, what session do you think you will be available? So, that's a question you'll have to ask yourself. Then, eventually,
Mm-hmm.
you'll give it a name. Let's say you do Asia. Then, you're given a chance to put your starting balance here. So, you'll have to choose what you want. Either you put something relevant that you can practice with. You can start with 1,000 or anything, maybe 500, or you practice like a funded account, like you put 10,000 on it. So it's your choice here. Then
Okay.
the pair is, of course, you'll have to choose the metal, which is gold here.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the fun part. You're told now to pick a date. So picking a date is which year would you like to backtest and which month? Okay, so you're given the
Mm-hmm.
choice to do, so you can just randomly pick. So if you must pay like $6 here in this site to remove the advertisement from popping up each and every time, and
Mm-hmm.
for you to get the variables of years here. So you'll have to select a few. So when it's not paid, you can't have all these years. Yeah, I think they are limited to 2 years or one. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so they unleash the other years after you have paid the $6. So you pick one that you want randomly here. Just you can even pick 2022. Then the month you can save, and maybe November or September. Then you can pick the starting date, maybe date one. Okay. Then
Mm-hmm.
you get out. Then you can put a description to your trade, maybe your objective on this account, what you want to achieve, blah blah blah, or you can leave it blank space. Then you save it.
Okay.
Now it will appear here. This is the account that you have created. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll you'll have to press this play button here for it now
Mm-hmm.
to take you to the charts. So let's see what happens here. So let it generate the chart. So so it has taken us back, okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to 2022 September date one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you see it's on a Thursday here, September 1. So the idea is this. The chart is real, like this is data that was done. So the tool has a fast forwarding tools here. You can see it
Mm-hmm.
here. It has a
Yeah.
play and a skip button and that you want to forward the charts with. They are here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Mm-hmm.
have the tools here, the the rectangle, the trend lines, the long and the short position, and a brush to highlight, eraser to remove everything. So I think the most important tools will be the short and the long position and the line. You want to draw the structures, to highlight the structures or to mark up the zones. Okay. So it
Mm-hmm.
has time frames here. You can switch the time frames. It has the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, just like the other charts of the trading view. Okay. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so let's say you have decided that you want now to be backtesting like Asia this month, okay, to see that if you will have
Mm-hmm.
gotten the trade. So when if you will have gotten the trading setups or any move at that particular day. So
Mm-hmm.
when does Asia run? You know that Asia runs from 2 a.m. maybe to 5 a.m. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is when you come to the charts to look at the charts and you look at opportunities in the market. Okay, so if they fall
Mm-hmm.
under this time, you execute on them and then go the next day that way, that way. So your aim is to forward. Of course, you won't get it just right there. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you'll have to forward the candles to go to your trading time. So you go to the 30 minutes. For example, we can try out here. So this candle is on still on. I think it's not safe. Still on August here, August
Mm-hmm.
31. So we have to
Yeah.
forward. So when you're forwarding to reach to your trading session, you can use a huge time frame to forward. Then as you press this skip button, it print out the candles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we want it to go to 2 a.m. So we always check. So I am placing my cursor on the candle to see the time. You see beneath here, I can see it's Thursday, 1st September 0130. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And our focus is to go to 2. So I'll just press one more and we reach there. So it's 2 a.m. Okay. So when
Mm-hmm.
we are around this place, we pause and then we reduce the speed to at least 2 minutes. Then we start now doing the top-down analysis here. So you go to the daily. I think we have to do it three so that the new daily candle can pop up here. I think this one is for last month. So let's do this way. Yeah, so a new day is here. So a new day apparently starts from 3 a.m. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
practicing Asia, you have to skip it to 3 a.m. Okay. So here
Mm-hmm.
you can do the top-down analysis. Let's just do a quick one. You say that we closed below this support. The previous candle closed bearish. So we have a range to fill here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What we need is just a top wick on this daily. If we start taking the lows, we can anticipate the sell. Okay, so you go to the 4 hour to look at the situation. You say the 4 hour is bearish. We've just formed a resistance and we are currently pushing down. So all we need is the lower time frame to have a resistance to go down. So you go to the 30 minutes. Once you reach the 30 minutes, you can now start to highlight the structures that are there. So we closed below this support level. We created a resistance and we have something like a candle that we don't know what it is. So let's look at the 15 minutes if we have a structure. We have a structure, but we never closed below the support. So let's say you now get into a conclusion that you need a breakout below this structure, so that you can take a trade. So you come back here to your forwarding tool. You reduce the size so that you don't forward it and it goes so fast. So because you are observing what price will do around this area, you have to slow down the speed and use at least 2 minute candles or even one. If you can be in a position to use one, it will be cool. So you can either press this way, but be attentive to see if we have a closure, or you can just keep this way and anticipate the closure of a candle. Okay. So let's say we closed. Okay. You're here still. So let's say we closed below here. And now we need to take a trade here. So you will have to take your tool. So for example, we need a short position here. You have to pick the short position tool and place it. So let's say we are to use stops above this current candle, the previous candle here above, and we take our entries as we take the lows here, and have our TP somewhere below. So this is just an example. So it is necessary to place this tool because this tool helps the it helps this platform to pick your entry and your stop loss. So there is no way you won't place a tool. So you just pretend like it's a real market. You want to take a sell here and you place the tool. Then you will have to click this tool to activate it. So before you see that the tool is so blank, but once we click on it, some blue spots happen. So that means that we have activated this tool. Okay. So when you want to now put on a trade, you come and open a position. If you place that open position there above, it takes your take profit and takes your entry and then asks you how much are we willing to risk. For example, we have a thousand account here. So you can say we need to use 50. All right, and then save. Once you save, it pops your entry and pops your stop loss and pops your TP. So after you have decided now this is the trade that you need to take this way now, you now have to press. You can increase the size or you can just make it low and then press the play button here. So yeah, so it has gotten you in. You see, once it gets you in, we start counting up. So it's for you now to know at what point are you now comfortable with closing the trade. If it ends up in your favor, it ends up close hitting your stop loss, it will just hit it up. So let's say this was a successful trade and you need to close it. You can drag the TP there, okay? Or you can bring even the stop loss above there. So either way, or close the trade manually with pressing this X button here. So let's, okay. So once it hits the TP, you see the balance has changed. All right. So once you take the trade, you just erase everything and say that that day is done, and you forward to the next day to see if you will get another move. So when you want to forward to the next day, you use big uh, uh, you hurry. So you go to the next day, which is Friday, at the same time. Okay, at the same time during Asia here. So this is how you will be doing your exercise, depending on what trading session you have agreed on doing. So this is 1, 2, 3. So 3. So that there is our Asia, okay? And then now you start the top-down analysis again. You go now again, you say we closed bearish, but at support. We never closed below the support. The next day, maybe we need a top week and we will see if we will go bearish. But first of all, we are at support and we need a top week. So we might be looking for some buy opportunities here. So the 4 hour has created a support and we are trying to go up. So you need just a support on the lower time frame. So when you come on the lower time frame, you find that we are consolidating. And the only way we can participate on a buy is when we actually cross this area. So you need to forward slowly to see if we can get a closure here. So you forward and say we had a closure. So if this is a breakout here, we need a structure like a support. You can go to the 15 minutes and anticipate if you can get a support. So we wait, we see if we get a support. So you can press it. So this is what you'll be doing. It's like just a real market where you anticipate price. Okay. So this is just pattern example. I want to see if we get a closure. So we are trying to get a closure. We can't. So let's say we get a closure here. Let's see if we get a closure. So let's say we get a closure. You look at the scenario on the 30 minutes. You never got a closure on the 30. Let's say this buy position is making you happy. Okay. So you get the long position tool. You put the stop loss, the entry above here, and then the stop loss to go behind the current candle loss there. Then you click on the tool. Then you say open position. Then it will ask you the risk amount. You say 50. Then you press OK. It puts your entry, your stop loss, and your TP. Then you come back here. You can fast forward it or you can slow it to see if you get activated. So you're getting activated there. So it will start running. Okay. So it will count. You give your trade some time if you need to hold on. If you see that the structure is not good for you, you can pause and exit the trade, or you can either continue waiting, just like in a market, the way you behave in a market. So this is just helping you out. Practice if you can recognize the trading setup. Okay, so you do this over and over until you know now to correlate the higher time frame, looking for structures in the lower time frame. If by any chance you don't get a move here, you just forward to the next day, which is on Monday. You just fast forward and go and reach to your trading time and take data. So what will happen is you'll have to do this exercise while you're providing now the data. Before you enter a trade, you take screenshot and put it like you're just journaling a trade here. All right. So, and that's the whole essence of this. So once you're through with this exercise, you can exit the session. So let's say you're practicing like 2 hours a day here. You exit the session. It exits and brings you back to the dashboard here. So it brings you back here to your account here. So you can come here to the back test again and you will see your account here, same one. So let's say you still want to grow this account and you're coming the next day. So you will just come the next day and continue and press this play button and continue the exercise. Okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, it's very easy, just like that. So you'll watch this video over and over, and now you can slow it down to see what I'm saying, and I hope it really helps. I'm fast on it because it doesn't need any concentration. The thing is that you'll have to watch this video. Okay? Yeah, you can
It's okay.
unmute and let me know where. Now it doesn't. Where do you see it will create an hindrance?
Um, I think I'll go through what you have told me,
Yes.
and in case of anything, I'll let you know. But
Okay.
I'll try
Yes.
to download it.
Okay. I think it doesn't have an app. You'll have to be using it on online. You just on your Chrome type TraderCasa, register, then
Okay.
it will prompt you maybe it will start advertising and saying you pay for it. Then you can go ahead and pay to avoid all those. So, for example, this one is a paid one. That's why there's no much advertisement. But when it's not paid, once you come to the chat here, it starts bringing up some advertisement. It starts to tell you to wait for several seconds before placing a trade. Like it's really an hassle when it comes here to the chat. So you have to at least get rid of it so that it doesn't waste more of your time. Okay.
Okay.
Then another thing is that you'll have to choose time. At least do this exercise 2 hours consistently every day. So don't
Mm-hmm.
worry yourself like you're on the chat like the whole day. Let's build up on consistency and showing up just to see if we can get these setups. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that is what you needed to hear.